What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I haven't made a what sold video in a while. I know you guys like to see what stuff actually sells for. You guys always see me going out and getting a lot of new stuff, so I'm sure you're interested or curious about what I can actually sell things for. So I'm going to show you, I think it's like 13 or 14 items that I've sold in just the past couple of weeks. And if you've been watching my videos, I picked all items that were in the last few videos, so you'll recognize these items, and a lot of these sold really quickly. So we'll go ahead and get started. The first item I sold was the reel-to-reel that I bought at the last auction I went to. I paid $150 for that reel-to-reel, and I told you guys in that last video that I saw the sold comps around $350, but nobody had the box like I did, and none of them were in quite as good condition because this thing was like mint in the box. So I listed it at $399 auction start, and I got a couple of bids and ended up for $409.99. So that was obviously a really good sale because I made a couple $100 off that reel-to-reel. The next item is the cash register I picked up at that big flea market I went to last week. The person was asking $80, I offered $70 and she accepted. It sold in a couple days for $220 free shipping. I shipped it out yesterday and it cost me like $20 to ship. So I should net about $180 or $175 on that sale. And that's a good profit for, made a $100 bill in profit. The next item was a Luminox watch I got at the same flea market from last week. And I told you guys in the video that I bought a couple other things and she basically threw in that watch for free because she told me it didn't work. But it's a really expensive high-end Navy SEALs watch. So I was able to get $50 free shipping for it. I thought it might be worth a little bit more, but she told me she put a battery in it and it still didn't work, which means it probably needs a new movement. So whoever bought that watch was basically just buying the watch case and the dial because all the internal guts of it were probably worthless and needed to be replaced, which is why it was only worth $50. But I did get it for free, so hey, I cannot complain at all. That was definitely a good sale, and the item's like this big, so it was so easy to package and ship, obviously. The next item we sold was the snap-on torque wrench we got at that Great Central Florida sale a couple weeks ago, and that was in one of my recent videos. I paid the guy $80 for that torque wrench. It took a couple weeks to sell, but it sold for $200 free shipping, so there again, we made almost $100 profit on that item. And keep in mind, these are items from the past couple weeks, and I've probably sold like over 100 items in that time span. And I've sold a lot of smaller items where my profits were only like $10, $20, $30, $40, more like bread and butter kind of items. Obviously, these items I'm showing you today are ones I cherry picked and ones I really want to share with you. So they're probably going to be better than most because they're my favorite sales from the past couple weeks. So don't think that everything I sell is this great and that my profits are this big. This is why I'm constantly sourcing, because these are the kind of items that you find, you find one or two of these at a big trunk sale, or you find one or two of these at a big trip to the flea market, or I find like 3 or 4 of these kind of items on like a full day auction haul. 90% of the things I get are more of the bread and butter kind of items. But that being said, the next item was an absolute banger. The Zenith 12-band radio. I got those 2 vintage radios, and I told you guys in the video that I thought the one was worth about $225 to $250. Well, I listed up for $285 plus shipping, and it sold the same night. I was laying in bed, and I already had the draft done, so I just added the pictures before I went to bed. Probably 10 o'clock I had the pictures. Fell asleep, woke up at 6 o'clock the next morning, and around midnight that radio had sold for full asking price, $285 plus shipping. So who knows, maybe it was worth a little bit more, but I was just going off the one sold comp. Another guy got $285. Mine was actually in better condition, but I didn't think it was worth much more. I mean, that was a really good deal for me, and I'm glad it sold so quickly. That was just awesome to be able to make well over $200 off one little radio. The next item I sold was the Cash Master that I got at that big flea market. I've only gone there twice, so if you guys have watched my recent videos, you'll see all the stuff I picked up at that flea market because I made a video for each trip. But anyway, I got the Cash Master Sigma 105 money counter, and I only paid $15 for it. It sold in less than a week for $150 plus shipping. So that was a great sale, great profits, another good one. The next item I sold was the Tiger Woods. I think it's a rookie card. It's a 1997 Masters card, I believe. You see the picture right here. Anyway, that was obviously part of the big sports card collection I paid $8,000 for. I have hundreds and hundreds of cards like of the same caliber, so just hundreds and hundreds of $50 bills, hopefully. And then I just got a bunch of more bangers in that set. It's gonna take a while for all that stuff to sell through. It's probably gonna take me a few months to like recoup all my money, but I should definitely double my money and then some. So it was a good investment for me. After I've gone through everything, I know for a fact I'll get 20,000 or more out of that collection. The next item I sold was a set of Cobra irons. They did take a while to sell because I think I had them priced kind of at the top end of their value. But I think you guys could probably remember a couple months ago I was at a trunk sale, and it was the day I got the flat tire, that video, and I got all the golf club stuff for $800, and this was part of that entire haul. As you see, I got $252 for this one set, and I had my entire truck filled up. So that was another really good opportunity where I'm gonna make, well over $1,000 profit, probably closer to $2,000 profit on that $800 investment. So anytime you guys can buy like a bulk collection or a bunch of one thing at a time, especially if it's high-end stuff like maybe Funko Pops, or obviously golf clubs in this example, or maybe like Royal Dalton figures. There's a lot of things out there that have really good value, and if you can buy a big collection at once, you can kind of get a really good deal where you can make a lot of profits, like piecing out the collection and selling the items individually. I've done that several times. Next item was this Porsche diecast model car. I picked that up at the trunk sale last month, so it's been listed for about 3 or 4 weeks, but it sold for full asking price at $65 plus shipping. I paid $15 for that item at this trunk sale, so that's more in line with like what I call the bread and butter kind of items. Those items you can buy for $10, $15, $20 and sell for $40, $50, $60, $80, $100. That's more in line with what you're going to expect when you're out there sourcing at yard sales, thrift stores, estate sales. Those are the kind of things you're just looking for on a day in, day out basis when you're sourcing. The next sale was another item from the big sports card collection. This was a really nice box set, 1983 Fleer baseball box with all 38 packs. The original box came with 36 packs plus 2, which is 38 packs. So this box was complete, and it sold for $300 free shipping, which was a really nice sale, and that's like top end price value for that box. The next thing we sold was also from the trunk sale last month. It was that Zeno Louisville Slugger Softball bat. I offered the guy $40 and he accepted. It took a few weeks to sell, but I actually sent out an offer on it. I had it listed for $149.99. I sent out an offer at $139, and then somebody accepted the offer. But I paid $40 and sold for $140. So obviously I gotta deduct my shipping fees and eBay fees out of that. So still really great profits on that item for one bat. That was really easy to drop in a USPS tube box, and took me like 2 minutes to package, and it was out of here. So that was a really good sale as well. The next item was kind of surprising to me. It was those Miss Kappazio boots, which were from the same trunk sale. And I paid $10 for those, and they ended up getting bid up all the way to $122.73. I started the auction at $59.99, which is why I want you guys to know that when you get something and you think it's a good item and you see sold comps, don't always just go with your gut. Like, you don't know the exact value of some items if there's only one sold comp, or if the item you have is super unique, or maybe it's signed by the artist and the other ones you see aren't signed by the artist. So if you have something really special and really exclusive that you think might be a little extra, you always want to run that item as an auction the first time. So these boots, for instance, I started the auction at $59.99. Had they not got a bid, then I would have just relisted them as buy it now, $59.99, because now I've tested the market. I didn't get a bid. So now I know if the item sells for $60 that I'm getting good value for my item. So in this case, the item got bid up to double my asking price. So had I listed it the first time for what I thought the value was at $60, I would have lost out on that entire $60 of extra bids. So you definitely want to keep that in mind when you're listing these like unique antiques and collectibles. Like 9 out of 10 times when I have these unique items, I'm always running an auction the first go round, a 5-day auction. just to test the market. And oftentimes I'll get multiple bids, and any bid over your high asking price is just a bonus. It's extra money in your pocket. It helps cover all these fees, overhead expenses that we deal with as full-time resellers. So that was a great sale. A lot of boots sit around for a while, and those sold the first run, so I was really happy with that one. And the last item we're going to talk about today was the other item from this screenshot, and that was the US Divers Vest. And that was from the trunk sale as well. So man, these trunk sales are really paying off for me. I'm getting a lot of good things out there. But anyway, this US Divers Vest was part of, I bought all that dive gear. And if you guys saw the last video, I paid $100 for all the dive gear. It was 2 octopuses, 2 of these buoyancy compensator vests, and I think that was it. There might have been, there was a couple dive tanks, but I sold those in an auction I ran online, a local auction. I'll be making a video about that as well. But I sold all those, and I got like $40 just for the tanks in that live auction. So I was out like $60 for the rest of the stuff essentially. But this sold for $100. So the other vest and both the octopus will be pure profit. So that was a really great sale as well. But that's all I got for you guys today. I just wanted to share with you some things that sold recently, and now that my editing skills are getting a little better and I can pop up the screenshots when I sell stuff, I'll be making more of these what sold videos, because I know it's cool to see what people actually sell stuff for. And I follow some other resellers on YouTube, and I always like to see their what sold videos and what they actually sold and what they got for things. To me, that's like some of the most interesting content when it comes to reselling. So I'll be making more videos like this in the future. And thanks again for watching, guys. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that for me. If you made it this far in the video, go ahead and like the video, drop a comment. If you got any questions or ideas for another video, go ahead and let me know that below too. I appreciate interacting with you guys. I enjoy it. But thanks again for watching, and thanks again for the continued support. And I'm having a lot of fun doing this, and I appreciate you guys. Thanks. Peace.